Okay, can anyone hear me? Hello? If you can hear me, I think you can say something at the chat room. 1 second. Okay, that's great. Well, I do hope you guys enjoy your spring break. I was staying at home for almost 2 weeks. Okay, so we're probably going to postpone our midterm also. As we mentioned before, if everything goes well, we're supposed to have our midterm this week. But however, because we have one extra week as a spring holiday, and we're probably going to move our midterms online also. So make sure you have your Connect code, because we're probably going to post the midterm online as the way you do your homework. Okay, so again, I know kind of the situation become worse and worse. Just please stay at home and be safe. Okay, so today we're going to go through chapter 10 and chapter 12, which is the most important two chapters. 1 second. Most important two chapters in the for the next midterm. And for the next midterm, because I don't know, some of you sent me an email mentioned about that. Some of you actually have to change your work schedule because some of you, my students, they're actually working right now. So I'm going to send a link online, like pretty much like a survey. So you can choose the time you like to take your next midterm. And I will pick a time that is available for most of you guys. Okay. And because now we move everything online, so all your homework and your midterms will be online also. Because we are doing the online midterms, so I think there won't be any other people to protocol the exams, which means pretty much you can use your book and use your note. But however, because it's pretty much like a quiz right now, so I know it's a hard time, and I do hope you guys can learn something. So try your best to prepare for the midterm. It will be all like multiple choice questions that we do before as what we do in the quiz. And as I mentioned in the announcements, the good news is you don't need to do a group project anymore, because I don't suggest you guys to meet. You're probably gonna stay at home for the next couple of months, at least. So the group project is canceled. You don't need to write a project and for the essay. And if some of you already write an essay or a project, you can send it to me. I will give you some extra credit based on your essay and project. But if you did not write or start your group project yet, it's not required anymore. You don't need to write a group project anymore. The point of the group project on your final grade, will be assigned to some homework. So you're probably going to have several, like 3 more homework. Okay, so again, I know this is a very hard time, and for some of you, I know some of my students, actually 2 of my students are actually right now still in Europe. I don't know why they go to Europe for spring break, so they have a trouble to come back now. But still, again, I will send a survey online. I will send a survey online to ask what would be the good time for you to take your next midterm. Make sure you select as much option as you like, the preference options. So I will pick a day and a time to give you the next midterms. You're probably going to have the next homework soon. Okay. Again, can you actually hear me? I didn't see anyone talk to. I didn't see any. 1 second. What happened? Okay. So today we're going to talk about. Yeah, that's great. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen. So if you can see my screen right now, can you say yes? Okay, that's great. I know this kind of first time for me to doing this online teaching at home. My baby boy, the 14 months baby boy, still sleeping. I hope I don't wake him up. You know, yeah. If you see a baby crying, I beg you for apologize. You know, my boy is sleeping on the next room. So today we're going to do a summary for chapter 10 and chapter 12. Okay. So in chapter 10, we talk about the pure competition market model, and on chapter 12, we talk about monopoly computation. So as we mentioned, you probably see this kind of question a lot on your next midterm. Can you see these two pictures? Okay. So you do need to know, okay, which figure on your exam, you're going to see these two figures at the same time. So you do need to know, okay, which figure is the pure competition market model and which figure is the monopoly market model. Okay, so on the left side here, picture A is the pure competition market model, and on the right side here, picture B is the monopoly market model. And one of the major things you can tell which one is the pure competition market model is you find out that which picture have a straight horizontal line, okay, like the horizontal line right here, and that's definitely the pure competition market model. Okay, so in here, okay, so we already go through these things before, so, but however, I would like to talk about these things. So for the pure competition market model for question A right here, so the first question I'm gonna asking you is, okay, so what would be the first question I'm gonna asking you? Sorry. The first question I'm asking you, so what would be, okay, the first question, so what would be the profit maximization price? And what would be the profit maximization quantity? Okay, I'm sorry, my handwriting is so bad on these things. But however, so you do need to know, okay, for the pure competition market model, okay, we are talking about the pure competition market model right here. So for the pure competition market model, which is the market equilibrium price? Okay, not the profit maximization price, and what would be the profit maximization quantity? The first thing you do need to know is for the pure competition market model and for both of this figure, okay? So this one right here, this is the price, okay? And this right here, this is the quantity. Okay, so again, so for the pure competition market model, you find the intercept point with your marginal revenue and your marginal cost. Okay, your marginal revenue is right here and your marginal cost right here. So your price, it will be equal to 10. And your quantity, it will be equal to 10 also. Okay, so this should be very, very easy. We already talked about these things so many times. But however, what about if we talk about these things for the monopoly? So now we are talking about for this picture. So what would be the monopoly? Okay, what would be the monopoly? Again, the first thing you do need to know is, again, this is the quantity right here, okay, and this is the price right here. Can you actually see this picture? I'm not sure you guys can see this picture, right? Because I cannot hear you guys, you know. Anyone? Okay, okay, so you right? Okay, so for the monopoly, okay, so the things will be different compared to the pure competition market model. Okay, so for the monopoly, the first thing you do need to do is you find the intercept point with your marginal revenue and your marginal cost, which is right here. Okay, this point. And once you find it, okay, find the marginal revenue equal to your marginal cost. So the quantity, it will be equal to 10. Okay, quantity will be right here. But however, the price, it won't be equal to 9. It's not the case equal to 9. For the monopoly, once you find the intercept point with your marginal revenue and your marginal cost, you need to go up to find the intercept point with your demand curve, which is right here. Okay, so this is actually your point. Okay, very, very important profit maximization price. Okay, and once you find out that, you will find your price is actually equal to 12. Okay, so this is the major things that is very different compared to the pure competition market model. For the pure competition market model, you only need to find one intercept point right here, and your quantity is equal to 10, your price is also equal to 10. And for the pure monopoly, you will find the intercept point with your marginal revenue and marginal cost. Once you find out that, you find your quantity is equal to 10. But however, the price won't be equal to that intercept point. You need to go up to find the intercept point with your demand curve. So you will find your price is equal to 12. Okay, so it's right here. So once you know that, okay, so in this case, sorry, this is very, very slow. Okay, so once you know this, okay, so we already know that for the pure competition market model, for the pure competition market model, the price it will be equal to 10, and the quantity it will be equal to 10 also. Okay, so this is the profit maximization for the pure competition market model. And for the monopoly, okay, right here, for the monopoly, so we have the price, it will be equal to 12, and our quantity, it will be equal to 10. Okay, sorry, monopoly. Okay, so this is the major difference. And as we mentioned before, I'm going to ask you many questions based on these two pictures. So for the question right here, what will be the total revenue for each of these cases? Okay, what will be the total revenue? What will be the total revenue for each of the case? For each of these two cases, for the pure competition market model and for the monopoly market model. Okay, so for the pure competition market model, we assume, okay, we are talking about A right here because A is the pure market model, competition market model. So the total revenue, it will be equal to 10 multiplied by 10. So it's 10 multiplied by 10, it will be equal to 100. Okay, and for B right here, the total revenue, it will be equal to 12 multiplied by 10. It will be equal to 120. Okay, so it's very, very easy to calculate for this one, for these questions right here. But however, as I mentioned before, the next question I'm going to asking you is what would be the total profit for each case? Okay, so for the total profit for each case, you do need to know, okay, which is the area for the total profit. Okay, so for the total profit for the pure competition market model right here, the total profit area is right here. It's equal to this blue rectangle here. Okay, and for the pure competition market model, the total revenue, it will be equal to what? It will be equal to this blue area. Okay, so it will be a little bit tricky compared to what we do on the pure competition market model. But however, it's actually very, very easy. You just need to find out that where is your price and where is your average total cost. Average total cost. Average total cost intercept point, and then you will find out your total profit. So for the total profit right here, for the pure competition market model, we already do this before. So how to calculate this area? Okay, how to calculate this area? We're using 10 minus A and multiply by 10. Okay, so we have the price is equal to 10. This is the price, and A is our average total cost. Okay, so we're using our price 10 minus A and multiply by 10. So what we got is 20. So our total profit for the pure competition is equal to 20. We already did this before, so you guys should be able to know how to do this. But however, for the monopoly right here, so this is for A. Okay, and for B right here. Okay, so now we have our prices right here is equal to 12, and our average total cost is equal to 10. So our profit, it will be equal to 12 minus 10 and multiplied by 10. It will be also equal to 20. Okay, so this is another question you need to know, how to calculate the total profit for each of these two cases. Okay, so again and again, the major thing for the monopoly, okay, and this is the hard thing right here. For the monopoly, is so different compared to the pure competition market model right here. So make sure you understand how to do these things, okay? So how to find out the total profit? We're using our total revenue. What would be our total revenue? We already talked about this before. We're using our 12 multiplied by 10. So our total revenue will be equal to 120 minus our total cost. Will be our total cost. We're using our average total cost, so it's intercept at this point. So our average total cost is equal to 10. Multiply the quantity, so our total cost, it will be equal to 100. So again, we can using other way to do this kind of thing. Okay, so because we already spent a lot of time to talk about the pure competition market model, so I'm not going to spend more time to talk about the pure competition market model. Okay, so again, we have another way to calculate the total profit for the monopoly. Okay, so we need to find out our average total cost is equal to, at this point right here. Okay, so our average total cost is equal to 10. So our total cost will be equal to 10 multiplied by the quantity 10. Okay, so it's equal to 100. Okay, and our total revenue, as we put, I'm sorry, my handwriting is so bad. I'm using a mouse to write these things. Okay, so our total revenue is equal to the price multiplied by the quantity, so it's equal to 12 multiplied by 10, so it's equal to 120. So our total profit, it will be equal to our total revenue minus our total, okay, cost. So it will be equal to 120 minus 100 is equal to 20. Okay, and you also can using 12 minus 10 and multiply by 10. You can get this number also. Okay, very easy. The total profit for the monopoly. And the next thing is I'm going to asking you, because as we mentioned, your next midterm, it will be covered chapter 10, chapter 12, and also chapter 9. So the thing you're gonna see on your exam will be something that show on your chapter 9 also. So you do need to know how to calculate your total fixed cost. Okay. How can I delete these things? 1 second. This is my first time to using this blackboard, this whiteboard actually. Okay, so what will be the next question I'm gonna asking you is what would be our total fixed cost? Okay, so for both of the case, for this case, we already spend sometimes on the pure competition for the pure monopoly things, so you should be already able to know. But however, for the monopoly, it will be a little bit different. So for the total fixed cost, we know that our total cost is equal to our total fixed cost. Sorry. Is equal to our total fixed cost plus our total variable cost. Okay, so for both of these cases, our total cost is equal to our total fixed cost plus our total variable cost. So in order to calculate our total fixed cost, we use our total cost minus our total variable cost. Okay, so how are we going to find out what would be our total cost? Okay, so for the first case right here, so our total cost in this case for the pure competition market model, our total cost, it will be equal to this big area right here. It's very easy. You just need to find out your intercept point with your average total cost right here. So this area, this blue area is your total cost. So we know our total cost for the pure competition market model A right here is equal to A multiplied by 10 is equal to 80. Okay, so that's our total cost. And the next thing is how we going to find out that what will be our total variable cost in this case. So our total variable cost will be equal to this blue area right here. And again, we just need to find out the intercept point between the average variable cost and the quantity right here. So our average total variable cost for this case, it will be equal to 5 multiplied by 10. It's equal to 50. Okay. So our fixed cost, total fixed cost for A, it will be equal to 80 minus 50. So it's equal to 30. Okay. So it will be equal to, okay. So our total fixed cost area, it will be equal to this small blue area right here. Okay, this blue area. We can using A minus 5 and multiply by 10, so we can get our total fixed cost. So this is for A. What about if we talk about these things for B? Okay, so if what if we talk about these things for, this is so inconvenience. Okay, what about we talk about these things for B, for the pure monopoly? Okay, so what about we talk about these things for B? So inconvenience. Sorry. So we also need to find out that what will be our total cost and what will be our total variable cost for this case. And for the pure monopoly, it will be a little bit different, as we mentioned before. So our total cost, we need to find out that our average total cost right here, this 9 right here, okay, and we find the intercept point right here. Okay, so once you find this intercept point, so we know that our average total cost is equal to 10 multiplied by 10, so it's equal to 100. So that's our total cost. And what will be our total variable cost? So our total variable cost, it will be equal to this average variable cost intercept with this 10, so it will be right here. So it will be A multiplied by 10, so it will be equal to 80. So our total fixed cost for B, for this figure, okay, so it will be equal to 100 minus 80 is equal to 20. Okay, so if we're using an area to do these things, it will be equal to this blue area right here. Okay, so we can using 10 minus 8 multiplied by 10. So we can get the total fixed cost for this case. So again, I do hope you guys understand these two questions. This question right here. You remember how as I mentioned in your next midterm, you're gonna see these kind of questions a lot of these kind of questions. So that's why I want to go through these questions again. Make sure you understand how to do these questions. The major thing you need to know is for the monopoly right here. For the monopoly, okay. So for the monopoly figure right here, okay, this is the thing you need to know. Okay, once you find your intercept point, when your marginal revenue equal to your marginal cost, okay, this blue area, okay, so you go down, so this is your quantity, okay. However, your price won't be equal to 9. Again and again, I say these things so many times. You have to go up to find the intercept point with your quantity demand curve right here, and this is your actual price. Okay, so make sure you know how to do these things. Okay, so this is the things I say. You're gonna see a lot of these kind of questions on your exam, and okay, you're going to find more things right here on your PowerPoint. Okay, so here, let's go finish this chapter very quickly. After we've already finished this picture right here, this figure right here, you should be able to finish. You should be able to answer most of the question of this chapter. However, as I mentioned, you do need to know how to read this kind of figure question right here, okay? As I mentioned, on your next midterm, okay, you're gonna see a figure like this, a table like this, and I'm going to block several of these columns and ask you to fill the point. So for example, right here, what will be the Q, quantity and price combination that maximize the profit? How are we going to find out that? Again, we're using the marginal revenue equal to our marginal cost golden rule. We find out that what would be our less quantity, where our marginal revenue, which is in this case, okay, is still larger than our marginal cost. Okay, so for these questions, it will be equal to 4. Okay, quantity 4 is our last unit where our marginal revenue 40 is still larger than our marginal cost 37. Okay. So our quantity is equal to 4, our price is equal to 70. And then it will asking you, what will be our profit maximization? How can we do that? We're using our price, okay? Price for these things, 70, minus our average total cost, 49. And then multiply the quantity, so it's equal to 84. Okay, this is pretty much the same thing we did right here, okay? For the profit maximization right here, it's pretty much the same thing. So make sure you know how to do these things. Let me see. I think we already go through these questions in the exam. Okay, so again, on your exam, you're gonna see these two pictures a lot. Okay, these two pictures. Okay, as I mentioned, okay, you're gonna see these two pictures. Okay, these two figure right here is the simplified table picture that compared to what we just go through right here. Okay, this is the original or the complicated table. And on exam, you will see the simplified table also, and you do need to know, okay, which one is the pure competition market model and which one is the pure monopoly market model. And for the simplified table right here, picture here is actually easier. You just need to find out that which picture have two downsloping curve, and that's the pure monopoly. Okay. So for the right one right here, we have two downsloping curve. We are not only have this demand curve right here, we also have this marginal revenue curve right here. Okay. So once you know that, okay, so you find out that your marginal revenue intercepts your marginal cost. So this is your profit maximization quantity, and then you go up to find out your demand curve. So this is your profit maximization for the pure competition market model. For pure monopoly market model. And for the pure competition market model, it's actually easy. You just need to find one intercept point. Okay, and that's all. As I mentioned, I'm not gonna test you anything about the price discrimination, so you don't need to worry about that. Okay. So again, you're gonna see this kind of question again on your exam. I think I already go through these things on our last class. I think it's 2 weeks ago. I do hope you guys still remembered all of these things. Okay. So that's all for this chapter. Okay, again, make sure that you go to your blackboard, okay? Because I know some of you guys are in the spring break, so I already reopened the homework. Some of you guys say you did not do your homework on time. So I have already reopened the homework online. So I think our last homework, okay? So I already reopened homework 4. Okay, so make sure the due date, I think I will postpone these things to Friday. For a student that did not do it or do not have time to do this, okay, please take some time to do the homework. As I mentioned, because now you don't have a group project anymore, so your homework grades actually will be very critical for your for your final grade. And quiz 5, as I mentioned, quiz 5, because we don't have class on the Friday last before we have the spring break, that's 2 weeks ago. So I think most of the students already do the quiz 5. And the quiz 5, you can go back to redo the questions again and again. Okay, you can print it and you can do this question again. So I would like to go through our syllabus very, very quickly. Okay. So as we mentioned, because we don't have essay anymore, so the essay point, it will be gone. Okay, so we don't have essay anymore. So this will be go. Okay, so this 10%, it will be adding 5% to the homework. Okay, and it will be at maybe, I think, what about other 5%? Because I think, so what about I'm going to add all the 5% right here on your final comprehensive exam. Your final exam should be very, very easy, okay? Trust me, because you guys already doing this exam online or at home. So which means you can use your book and use your open notes. So your comprehensive final exam should be very, very easy already. So make sure you do your homework. We don't have our essay anymore. So the essay, you don't need to do anything about these things anymore. Okay, so these things will be totally gone, the essay. Okay, you don't need to worry about that. And we only have 3 more chapters, I think. So the good news is actually even though we already missed missed 1 week class, but the good news is we only left 3 more chapters. So we probably how to say, I don't want to rush you guys because I think I do know many of you guys feel a little bit worried about the situation right now. The COVID situation is now getting worse and worse. Virginia Beach now have like 17 cases confirmed. So I'm so scared right now. I have to stay at home all the time. But anyway, we should be on schedule to finish all our chapters. We only have 3 chapters left. Your next midterm will be covered chapter 9, chapter 10, and chapter 12. And again, I'm going to post a survey online, on Blackboard, probably under the assignment right here, like this kind of survey. Okay, so make sure you do your survey. Make sure you do your survey, and make sure you pick all the date. Okay, you like to take your next midterm. And for your next midterm, because I'm not sure, okay, I'm not sure because you all at home, which means you should have more time. I'm not sure I need to do these things. For example, I'm not sure I gonna to break our next midterm as usual to part A or part B as what we did before in this class, or I just going to combine this part A or part B together and give you a big midterms. But if you do the big midterms, which means you probably gonna need to take at least 1 hour to do that. And some of you, if you take another class, if for example, if we take our midterm next Monday, you probably won't have enough time if you have another class to catch. But however, so that's why I say make sure that you do the survey. I'm going to post the survey on under the assignment about what would be the date and what would be the format for our next midterm. Please take some time to do the survey. And we don't have any homework for now. That's a good news, okay? But you're probably gonna see 3 more homework for the next 3 chapters. But I think that'll be all for now. Do you have any questions? Okay, you can ask any question in the chat room. I'm gonna see. Okay, so I will try my best to answer all the questions. Okay, so you can have like around maybe 10 minutes, like like office hour, what kind of question you have. So just feel free to write on your chat room. Okay, so what would be the question you like to ask? Anyone? Oh, the actual credit from the quiz will be added to at the end of the this class. So you're probably going to add at the final. So it will show as an actual credit part on the grade center on your Blackboard. And then my TA is actually already home. So I will be probably going to grade those things. Okay. The attendance will be taken here from now on. The attendance right now, because Zoom actually can see the attendance right here. So for example, right here, I will see all the participation people right here. So I will check attendance, but I won't be that strict right now because, again, I'm sorry. 2 of my students, they actually right now in Europe, so I am pretty sure they won't be here. So, and some of my students, they actually they did not feel very good, so they still in the flu. I hope it's just a flu, it's not the COVID. So the attendance won't be that strict anymore, but however, I do hope you can come to take my this online class. And to be honest, I think if you take this online class, you can be more relaxed. You can drink tea, you can drink coffee, you can sleep on your couch or on your bed. I don't care, but you do need to know what we're going to cover in this class and what we need to cover in the midterms. Any more questions? Any more questions? No? Okay, so if there's no more questions, so I'm probably gonna see you on this Wednesday. On this Wednesday, we're going to cover a part of chapter 16. So make sure you go to the Blackboard to see the chapter 16 chapter first. Okay, we're going to talk about the demand of the resource. Okay, so we won't cover all the things in one class due to now we have to do these things online. But however, make sure that you can prepare a little bit early. You will see one homework after this chapter. We're probably going to post another homework on this Friday about these chapters. Okay, so I think that will be all for this class. Okay, if you don't have any questions, then that will be all. I do hope you guys stay safe and have enough food at home. Have enough toilet paper, maybe. I, I, I go to Sam's Club yesterday to buy, I think, 10 dozen of eggs, and the eggs all sold out. So I really hope you guys have enough food and stay safe. Okay, so that'll be all for today. I do hope you guys can stay home and enjoy yourself as much as you can. I'm gonna see you on Wednesday. See you.